Historical Reconstruction of Aryan X. Episode 12. The Indigenous Peoples of Europe, 6. Spain, España. First, a matter to be referenced is that the nations featured in parts 1 through 6 of The Indigenous Peoples of Europe share a common characteristic. They were founded during various periods by powers that advanced into Europe from Georgia and Armenia, the origins of European civilization located on the Anatolian Peninsula. This might lead you to ask, then are countries not included, such as the Celts, Czechia, Croatia, Hungary, and Bulgaria, not indigenous to Europe? The Celts, Czechia, Croatia, Hungary, and Bulgaria will be explained in the next part. These are cases of groups that migrated from places outside the Greco-Roman cultural sphere and settled in Europe. I will deliver a very detailed story about them later. Telling you in advance might spoil the excitement. The center of Western European Greco-Roman civilization, Spain, España. You have likely lived your lives learning only the fabricated history of the Western Roman Empire, which tells of a hero raised on wolf's milk who founded Rome in present-day Italy around the 8th century BCE and came to dominate the Mediterranean region. However, not only is it suspicious that a human raised on wolf's milk could found a civilized world, but Rome is a Buddhist term, Brahman, or Brahman's Rama, and it was the name given to the entire Mediterranean Empire, not a city-state in present-day Italy. Present-day Italy was just one region within this Roman Empire, and there is no trace anywhere of it being a historical melting pot that absorbed the cultures of the empire's various regions. Then, is there truly a nation in Western Europe that possesses all of those European cultures and the historical melting pot to fuse them? Yes, that place is precisely España. Napoleon once said, Africa begins at the Pyrenees. Africa means the bright Shakya, that is, the bright land of the Scythians. What is the meaning of Spain's national name, España? Spain is a very special country to Aryan X. I never dreamed that I would be the one to reveal the history of this country and the entire world. About 20 years ago, I visited Barcelona with the resolve for one last battle for a business I had poured my heart and soul into. While meeting with a Spanish acquaintance to check on our arrangements, I was extremely perplexed to find that what had been promised was not ready, and in the midst of this, I fainted from the mental shock. What I remember after that is being carried in an ambulance to the hospital emergency room. As I passed through the hospital entrance with a heart that wanted to die, I opened my eyes one last time, then closed them again, letting go of my grip on life. I was later told that my heartbeat was about to stop, and they had to continuously use a defibrillator to save me. I have a sad memory of being in so much pain in my chest after the defibrillator that I couldn't do anything for 2 or 3 days but lie in my hotel room before returning home. It was a dizzying moment, my first time facing death in that distant foreign land. What does the national name España mean? Es means outside of is, and the is in Istanbul, is in Israel, is in Islamabad, and is in Estonia are all the same. Pa symbolizes the papal state or means bright. Nia is said to be Ionia or Yoyang. The civilization founded by the power that moved from the Central Asian region of Yoyang to Georgia in Europe was called the Ionian civilization of Greece. It is said that as these people moved west and further west, the civilization they established on the opposite side of the Anatolian Peninsula from the Mediterranean is precisely España. The present-day Asia Minor, the Anatolian Peninsula of Turkey, is called the Iberian Peninsula, and likewise, present-day Spain, España, is also called the Iberian Peninsula. In other words, these two regions use the same geographical name because they were closely connected by blood and culture. First of all, the main people who began to inhabit España are called the Cro-Magnon. But did you know that the Crow in Cro-Magnon is the very same name, just pronounced differently, for the Koreans who were in Central Asia? The Crow of Cro-Magnon, the Crow of Croatia, the Kori of Korea, and the Guri of Georgia are all said to have the same meaning. After the appearance of Cro-Magnon man, time passed. Following a great historical new era in Central Asia in 3897 BCE, the Koreans of the Maitreya Bodhisattva, who are referred to as messiahs, moved west to Europe and settled in Georgia. From there, other powers, seeking to save the world, moved west again and settled in the Catalunya region of present-day España. The place names of Catalunya and Barcelona prove that they belong to the Greek cultural sphere. The center of the Western European Greek cultural sphere was precisely Catalunya. What does Catalunya mean? Catel means Carteo, the emperor's site, the bright land. Lunya is a condensed form of Ionia, the name of the Greek civilization. Catalunya means the emperor's site of Ionia, the bright land where the papal state is located. What about Barcelona? Bar means brightness. Cel is Salin, the place of the emperor, the papal state. Ona is a condensed form of Ionia, the name of the Greek civilization. The place where Greek civilization first began in España is Catalunya. However, during the same period, a portion of the power that had moved north from Central Asia to found Kazakhstan moved further and further west, and the final place they settled was the Basque country of España. In España, the Catalunya and Basque regions were the cradles of civilization. The difference between them is that Catalunya was founded by a power that moved west from Central Asia to Georgia, while the Basque country was founded by a power that moved north to Kazakhstan and then to the edge of Europe, España. What does Basque mean? Baz, like bar in Barcelona, typically means brightness. Que, like from sk, is a suffix attached to the end of place names by groups that moved north from Central Asia. Suffixes like esk, berg, furt, gart all mean bright land. If you wish to know the history of the Basque people, please contact me individually. Everything is in the hands of Aryan X. After the flourishing of Greek culture, a major political revolution occurred in the center of Central Asia around 2333 BCE. The powers that moved from Central Asia through Armenia and settled in present-day España at this time established themselves in the areas around Catalunya, such as Valencia, Aragon, Murcia, and Costa del Sol. These were the protagonists of Roman civilization. Later, in the 4th-5th centuries, an immense emperor from the heart of Central Asia passed through this España and founded an empire, the Visigothic kingdom, the center of which became Toledo. And in the modern era, the center of España, Madrid, emerged. Please look forward to more detailed stories which will be delivered separately for each period. What about Madrid, the capital of España? Ma means enormously large, which is why Mach for the speed of an airplane has the same meaning as ma. Deo means land. Re means outside of is or riz. Deo is said to mean land. Aragon, Zaragoza. Among the cities of Spain, the ones with significant populations are Madrid, Barcelona, Valencia, Zaragoza, and so on, and the size of these populations often corresponds to their history. I will explain Zaragoza and Valencia. From which Central Asian place name did Aragon of Zaragoza originate? The Ara in Aragon comes from the place names Al or Lal in Central Asia. That land of Al-Lal was called Gonmyang. The Al of Ara and the Gun of Gonmyang are referring to the same region. The place founded by people who moved from that Central Asian land is Aragon. The Sara in Zaragoza means Sal in Bodhisattva, the emperor, the bright meaning. Both Aragon and Zaragoza mean bright. Valencia. Aryan X has been to the festival of Valencia, Las Fallas. Giant dolls made of wood are displayed in the city, and when the exhibition is over, they are all burned with gunpowder. I strongly recommend you visit a Spanish festival. Among Central Asian place names, the Bal in Balhae is said to mean bright. It is said that prefixes attached to place names like Bal, Bay, Pora, Por, Para, Pira, Bel, Tar, Ska, and Berg all mean bright land. Valencia means the bright land. Castellón. Caste is from Casteo, meaning the Carter, Quito, the bright land of the Scythians. Albacete. Albacete means the bright land of all. The Al-Lal land of Central Asia was said to be the bright land. Alicante. Alicante means the king's site of all. Aryan X has also been there. On one side, the blue Mediterranean Sea, and on the other, an orange grove in a mountainous region with sparsely scattered trees. Cartagena. Carter is Car Sar, meaning the Bodhisattva, the emperor, the bright land. And Gena is Hella, the Greek Hellas. Almeria. Alme is the mountain or mo of the All land. A country with the same name as Almeria is Armenia. The people who moved from Armenia on the Turkish peninsula founded the Western Roman region of Spain. Armenia on the Turkish peninsula was the center of the Eastern Roman Empire. In modern Korean, a mountain is also called me, mi, or mo. Costa del Sol. Costa is Costeo, the bright site. Costa del Sol is called the coast of the sun. The Central Asian place name identical to Costa del Sol is Jeju, the land of the sun, the bright land. The he here means sun, not sea. Gibraltar. Gib is house, Gib, and Raltar is Alteo. Alteo is a place name from Al-Lal of Central Asia. The Gib in Gibraltar and the Jib in Egypt, Egyptu, are the same word. Tangir. Tanghair is the Korean for Hela, Huirap, the land of Greece. With this, I will conclude the summary of España. In the next episode, I will reveal the truth about the Celts, Croatia, and Czechia, who were not indigenous to Europe, but were founded by powers that moved directly from Central Asia to Europe. I sincerely hope that you will contact many people and join in this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Please be aware that the subtitles can be translated to the language of each country, so be sure to make use of them. If there are any issues, please contact us via the comments or Google Mail. Our Google Mail address is aryanrealhistory@gmail.com. The YouTube channel is Historical Reconstruction of Aryan X or History Restoration of Aryan X. Everyone, your subscriptions and likes are a representation of your conscience and passion for the truth, so please do not forget.